The New Mexico desert is legendary for mysterious stories, flying saucers, alien autopsies, warehouses full of secrets. But in the early 1980s, a different legend took root about an alien video game that crash-landed and ended up buried in the sand here. They said one of the world's biggest companies hauled truckloads of the cartridges into the desert and buried them under concrete. No proof, no photos, just whispers, until one day, someone decided to dig. This is the true story of the most infamous video game of the 1980s. And the day a rumor became real. "1982, E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial is the biggest movie on the planet. And the biggest video game maker, Atari, wanted a companion game on store shelves by Christmas. One problem? They tasked a single programmer with the job and gave him just a few frantic weeks to design, build, and ship the whole thing. Remember, this was 1982. Computers were really in their infancy, and it was an impossible assignment. Still, the hype was unstoppable. Ads everywhere, game boxes stacked high, kids ripped off the shrink wrap, and the game was a disaster, nearly unplayable. Parents demanded refunds, retailers returned pallets, and Atari's once invincible aura started to crack. By 1983, the video game market tanked. Overproduction, weak titles, and a brutal retail hangover collided. Warehouses filled with unsold inventory, E.T. included. Then the whisper started. Atari buried mountains of games in the New Mexico desert. No one could prove it. No photos, no receipts, just vague memories of trucks, concrete pours, and a landfill outside a town called Alamogordo. The story spread from playgrounds to magazines to early internet forums. It became the gaming version of Bigfoot. Everyone heard it. Nobody had actually seen it. Decades passed. The legend just wouldn't die. In 2014, a documentary team got permission to dig at the old landfill. Excavators bit into layers of compacted history. Trash, rebar, concrete, and then plastic. Gray plastic. They pulled out cartridges, not just E.T., but other Atari titles, manuals, shipping labels, time capsules from a warehouse purge, enough to prove the story was true. So what is the truth? Well, the burial happened. The scale? It wasn't 1 million, but hundreds of thousands. And they weren't all E.T., more a mixed dump of unwanted Atari inventory, including E.T., sent to a municipal landfill and covered. The myth ballooned because it was the perfect story, hubris, hype, and a desert full of alien secrets. In a state famous for UFO stories, the wildest New Mexico mystery wasn't in the sky, it was buried under our feet. So how well do you remember the E.T. phenomenon? See if you can answer these trivia questions. The makers of M&M's turned down requests to use their candy in the movie E.T. Can you name the replacement candy that became a huge bestseller? E.T. was nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. Can you name the film that won the award that year? E.T. was the highest-grossing film of all time, a title it held for 11 years. Can you name the film that eventually earned more money? Hint, it's also a Spielberg classic. I'll post the answers in the comments. Let me know how you did. And make sure you check out one of these other fun trivia deep dives.